Well, hello, and welcome to my latest video. Now, a few people, right, have expressed a certain amount of disquiet, I think is probably the fair expression, at the amount of videos that I'm producing as a consequence of my LeJog trip. Well, I've got one thing to say to you guys. Get used to it, because there's plenty more coming. So this one is about this particular item, so I thought I'd do a couple of videos about some of the items that I took, not exactly an unboxing because they're stuff I've already unboxed, but stuff that I took, used, and perhaps I've got some thoughts on as a consequence of taking them on LeJog trip. They're not necessarily specifically relevant to a LeJog trip, they might just be relevant to a cycling trip, as this particular item is. And you might think, well, what is that rather dinky special little item? This is an Apidura Musette. And you're thinking, a pretty small musette, Julian. Well, that's because it's a bit of a special musette, because it has magic properties as well. Do you remember you used to buy those kind of, they weren't exactly plants. They were like things you bought in a packet and then you added water to them and then they turned into a plant. I don't mean seeds. Come on, Julian, you're saying, don't you understand how fucking nature works? No, they were kind of magic plants. Anyway, I forget what they were. Anyway, this has got a certain amount of magic to it. You don't add water to it. No, you don't add water to it. First of all, let's undo this Velcro strap. And I'll explain in a moment. It looks a bit like a flying thing, doesn't it? Like one of those Star Wars rocket ships. Anyway, so it's got this Velcro strap to it, and then it's got a little bit of Velcro here, and we'll open it up, and oh, look at this magic! It's like a clown coming out of a box, or is it? No, it's a rabbit that comes out of the hat, isn't it? A clown doesn't come out of the hat, does it? Does the clown come out of the hat, or is it the tiger that comes out of the hat? Anyway, Paul Daniels was a brilliant musician, and he didn't just do rabbits. He was able to get minor members of the royal family to come out of the box. Julian, you're getting off the subject. So, a musette, and I'm struggling a bit with this here because I put it inside out. Just bear with. Here we are. A musette is, mostly with music, another word for a bag and a shoulder bag, if you like. Let me just fold that over there, and if I fold that up like that, it looks like a pair of sort of plastic pants that an elderly person might wear for incontinence, but it is in fact a bag that you put over your head and over your shoulder like that. Now you can't see it because the camera is at the wrong angle, so I'm going to fix that, and we're going to go over there. We're going to go to another part of the studio. So come with me to another part of the studio, okay? Are you coming or what? Come on. Right, here we are in the other part of the studio, and you can see that Julian is modelling the Apidura Musette, which is now over one shoulder, under one arm, and there it is. So what is the musette, I hear you ask? Well, the musette, as we call it in the United Kingdom and other parts of the Western world, is a bag. I mean, yeah, it's a bag. And you'll think, well, what am I supposed to do with it? You put stuff in it, right? So you would see in the Tour de France and other races, you would see the soigneurs handing up a musette of food to the riders, and they swing it over them like that, and they take all the food out like that, and then they chuck the bag to the side of the road and possibly to a grateful member of the public. You wouldn't want to do that with this, which I will come to in a bit. Now, it's a fairly capacious bag. Capacious, that's a good word, meaning you can get quite a lot of stuff in it. So let me just show you some of the stuff you could put in it. Don't go away. Alright, here I am. I've got my box of snacks. You imagine the soigneurs handed this box of snacks up to me. I'm in the peloton. I'm opening my box of snacks, and I've got some recovery powder that's going in That's going in the bag. Right, I've got some energy bars. That's going in the bag. I've got some mini cheddars, which I stole from my son. That's going in the bag. I've got a couple of energy bars. I've got 3 energy bars. That's the Cliff Richard bar there. That's going in the bag, in the musette. Here's some more energy bars and some high five tablets. That's going in. Here's a box of that Kendall mint cake stuff. That's going in the bag. Here's some honey that I got from Brian Smith. That's going in the bag. So I think you can see that you can carry quite a lot of stuff on the bag, and the way it is really intended is, let's say you're on a kind of multi-day long distance trip or whatever, and you need to go into the supermarket, the shop, to buy some food. You've got the musette, you go in and fill it up with stuff, you come back and you swing it around like that, and you can cycle off back to your campsite or whatever it is. So it's a nicely made, it's nicely designed, it's a capacious bag. It feels strong, it secures with a couple of Velcro straps here, and it has this additional strap here. And I must say, I've had this bag for quite some time, and I cannot for the life of me work out where this additional strap is supposed to go. I'm sure some of you will leave a comment down below telling me how to use this strap. But there's something about it's supposed to go. Is it under there, and then onto this strap? Is that it? Does it then go on here? I've got to be honest and say I've tried this all kinds of different ways, and I cannot for the life of me work out where this additional strap is supposed to go. Now I know I'm 65. I know I'm stupid. I know I struggle with some of these kind of things. I've looked on the Apidura website. I've looked at the pictures, and I cannot work out where this strap is supposed to go. It's supposed to go in a way that will allow you to kind of secure it on your back without it kind of slipping around while you're cycling. But I'm struggling. Got to be honest, I'm struggling. Right, we're going to show now what that little Velcro strap was at the beginning. So come with me over to the bike. Are you coming? Are you coming or not? You know, you're not going to be able to see it on the bike unless you come over. Okay, we're over at the bike. Here is the bike, the Orbea Terror, by the way, which is what I rode on LeJog. I know you can't see my face, but it is here. Right, it's kind of up there where the sound is coming from. Can you see? You might just be able to see my mouth there. You see my mouth? Right. So it's an hour and a half later, because it took me a little while to get it packed down to this size, but as you can see, it does work. I did manage to do it. And the way that it's done, or the way that it's produced with this Velcro strap, by the way, is so that you can do what Julian is doing now. I think you can see, is you just strap it to your bike there. Now I've strapped it to the top tube because it makes it easier for you to see, but you could put it down by your bottom bracket if you wanted. You could put it on your down tube over here. You can't actually see that because it's below my finger. You could put it on your seat tube. You could put it on any suitable tube. I wouldn't suggest attaching it to the chainstay. I wouldn't suggest attaching it to the chains either. I wouldn't suggest attaching it to your disc brakes, but any suitable tube on the bike, you can attach it with this Velcro strap. So the idea is that you've got it with you, it's easily accessible. You come to a shop, you take the bag off, you put it up, fill it up with your stuff, you take that back to your campsite or wherever it is, your hotel, and then you can put it back on your top tube. Now, I used it while I was on the LeJog, because in the mornings I had my Wahoo and my energy bars and my gloves and so on and so forth that I just needed to carry down from my room to the bike, which might have been stored in a garage or something, and I just put the stuff in the musette. So I found it quite useful for that as an additional bag. So I think it's a nicely designed item. I think it's strongly made. I think it packs down very small. I think it opens up into a decent size, and you can carry quite a lot of stuff with it. But if you can sense a but coming, there is a but coming, and the but, not my but, but the particular but about this bag is that it costs 30 quid. And I think, right, in my humble opinion, IMH in my humble opinion, I think 30 quid is too expensive, right? Nicely designed though it is, nicely made though it is, useful bag though it is, I think 30 quid is just too expensive. 25, yes. 21.99, yes. 19.99, yes. Probably not going to be less than 19.99 because I accept there's a certain amount of work that goes into making it, and this is probably quite strong material, even though it took me an hour and a half to fold down. So nice bag, overpriced. So thanks for watching. There are more videos coming, and you're not seeing my face this time. See you next time.